I don't know. Let's see. Can you tell us UXLR8 what your name is? Your real name, not your screen name. Let's see if he'll come up and breathe for air and let us know.
Oh, I just
Steve.
I wouldn't
Okay,
mind.
thank you, Steve. There you go, Steve.
What is it? It's Pete.
Steve.
Oh,
Steve.
Steve.
You can
Okay,
read it
Steve.
on the screen.
He doesn't have his
Okay.
glasses on.
Oh, okay, never
Oh, on
mind.
my screen. Oh, I'm seeing right there. Okay. You're right. I don't have my glasses on. I tried, my friend. At any rate, the answer to your question, from my perspective, is this. It is what we have been talking about for the last hour or so. We're already there. Pete is absolutely correct. The fact is, we've been there for millennia. All of what has occurred is leading up to a tipping point on December the 21st of 2012. And we're seeing an acceleration as we approach there. And on the other side, in the years between 2012 and 2020, the acceleration that we're in is going to accelerate exponentially. Now, how do we know that all of this timeline is connected? This is why we honor the Mayans. The Mayans use a long count calendar that actually began somewhat in excess of 3,000 years before the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. Okay? And that culture actually began talking about, discussing, projecting, prophesying about December the 21st in the year of our year 2012, somewhat on the order of 5,000 or so years ago. Now, completely isolated from this particular culture is the Egyptians. The Egyptians, in a similar time frame in terms of the very, very ancient time frame, and of course these cultures had no awareness of each other, also began putting together calendars that project an end of the era that they lived in at a time right in and around the year 2012. Now, there are several of them that actually place the year back in the 2001, 2002 to 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7 range. But you know what? When you're talking about 5,000 years, if you hit it within a decade, you're doing awfully good.
No kidding.
All right? Now, why would all of these civilizations, and there's a bunch of them, and a bunch of very renowned prophets and psychics, people so gifted that when the history of their cultures were recorded, these were the superstars of their culture. And they all talk about this very narrow time frame that we're in right now. And they all did it. All these cultures and all these civilizations talked about the same time frame. We just happen to be alive right now. We happen to be living it right now. We're the ones that are still incarnate in the moment in which this is happening. But obviously it has to have been happening for 5,000 years, or these people all those years ago wouldn't have known about it.
Well, it's actually happening then, now, and in the future now. And it's happening all around us right now. So.
It is. It's been happening all around us, but it's like a sound wave. When a sound wave is very, very low in amplitude, you don't even know it's there. But if you put enough energy to it and you get the spike of amplitude up high enough, you can feel it thump your chest. And change has always been there. Evolution has always been there. But it is coming at us so fast and so furious right now.
Yeah.
It's unmistakable. You can't miss it.
You could totally feel the energy. You know, you can totally feel the ampage of energy that people are getting. And that's why I'm saying some people are not going to be able to handle this energy and they're going to be checking out on gurneys. You know, checking out of their bodies, and the people, he laughs, but it's true. You know?
Well, it is very true. If you listen to the ancient prophecies, many of them talk about the nature of the trials, the upheavals, and so forth that are indicative of this era, and it's what we're in right now. It's exactly what's happening. And many of these prophecies talk about a reduction in the then existing, which is then existing is now, population of humanity on Earth in the order of 50%. Now, if you think about this, not in a scary way, but if you think about it within the logic of a transition to another state of being, if suddenly something of this nature, and it's horrific, but something of that nature were to occur,